Dad, you ready for tonight?
I'm ready, yes.
How do you feel about the disrespect he's been constantly throwing your way, and is it fueling you to get you more violent result?
I don't pay any attention to it. We're fighting now. Nothing matters anymore.
What's your prediction?
Vicious win.
Vicious win. Thank you, Dad.
Love you.
Love you too.
He did it! He actually did it! Jake Paul is your winner!
I may have defeated Mike Tyson, but there's still one more boxing legend I have on my hit list.
I like to go to senior citizen homes and just pick out my next opponent. I give up.
So to anyone who believes that last night's fight was a good fight, I'm sorry to break it to you, no matter how much money you won, that fight was awful. And this is coming from someone who did not bet money on either Jake Paul or Mike Tyson, so you guys know that I'm being 100% unbiased when I'm saying this. So for those who aren't aware somehow, the huge Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson fight was last night, and first of all, I'm gonna say that I was not surprised on who won, because obviously if you guys are not aware, Mike Tyson is almost 60 years old, and he's definitely not in his prime when it comes down to boxing. So let's be real here, he really did not have the biggest chance against Jake Paul. Now, a lot of us did believe going into this fight that Jake Paul was going to knock out Mike Tyson, in which that didn't happen. Obviously, you probably would have heard about it. It would have been like breaking news, everybody reporting on it, world news. Mike Tyson knocked out by Jake Paul, the internet sensation that has a brother named Logan Paul who sucks. And honestly, if Jake Paul did knock out Mike Tyson last night, it probably wouldn't have been too good for Jake Paul, because Jake Paul had already been in controversy over the fact that he was fighting an almost 60-year-old boxer, or previous boxer, who was way out of his prime. So yeah, if he did knock him out, like say in the first or second round, people would not be too happy. And I think even Jake Paul realized that, hey, maybe I shouldn't do that because, you know, it's going to create this huge controversy, or maybe he genuinely was holding back because he didn't want to knock this guy out and like cause like huge issues for him. Like, I would really like to hope that it was for that reason and not because, oh, I don't want my career to be over because I knocked out a almost 60-year-old because I decided to fight a almost 60-year-old. Now, with that all being said, for the people who have not seen the fight, you're honestly lucky because it was a complete waste of time. So this whole event was happening in what I think was Arlington, Texas. But besides it being in Texas, Texas is around an hour behind the time here because I'm in the EST time zone. So it was already 12 o'clock before this match started, and I was already a little bit annoyed because of that. But then the match starts, and I swear to God, I could have used this match to fall asleep to have a good night's sleep. That's how boring it was, okay? I was expecting, honestly, I was kind of expecting Mike Tyson to get knocked out. I feel like a lot of us were. Not saying that I wanted that to happen or that that was right, but genuinely, that's what people thought was going to happen, and it just didn't. It felt like there was like no energy in this whole match. Tyson was barely throwing jabs or crosses, and then like I said, Jake Paul was going easy on Mike Tyson. So literally what you see on your screen right now is what we saw for like the whole match. And this match went the full 8 rounds. Now don't get me wrong, Mike Tyson doing this was actually pretty incredible despite how controversial it was, because you'll see like the slow motion replays of Jake hitting this guy in the face, and Tyson was just taking these hits like a champ, just constantly throughout the whole match. And sure, there were some points where Tyson was like a little bit off balance and he was shaking because, you know, he's almost 60 years old and his body isn't like as good for that kind of stuff as it used to be. But besides that, Mike tried his hardest, got back into the fight, and yeah, according to the scorecard, it was actually a pretty close match despite the fact that Jake was holding back. And when it comes down to Jake holding back, I mean, if you have to hold back this hard on your opponent, maybe you just shouldn't be fighting them, because the holding back along with Mike Tyson not throwing anything was one of the reasons why this fight was so boring. And I really can't blame Mike Tyson here because of his age and the fact that he is not in his prime. Now anyways, for what this event was, I mean, I can't say that all the matches were bad. The match before the main event was actually really good. I actually caught a little bit of that. It was the Serrano versus Taylor one, and man, I'll admit that one was intense. And by the time that match was over, Serrano had a huge gash below her right eyebrow. And just due to the fact that that match was so intense, people were saying that that was the best match of the night, despite us having Jake versus Mike Tyson. Now anyways, moving on, for the next part of the video, I wanted to talk about how people are claiming that the fight was rigged, and after that we're going to go to Twitter and see what people had to say. So yeah, the moment that this fight ended, people on Twitter were just spamming "it's rigged," "the fight was rigged," and stuff like that. There were even TikTok videos coming out showing that the match was rigged, according to these people. Now before I show the clip that was going viral, I just wanted to make it clear that we don't know if this match was rigged. Now there are some things that do make it seem a little bit fishy and could potentially mean it was rigged, but we just do not know. So as we take a look at this video, I just want to say, take this with a grain of salt. So yeah, without further ado, let's play the clip.
Y'all seen the rules for this fight, bruh? This is clearly rigged. Look at this. So first of all, Mike Tyson's gonna get paid more money to lose than to win. Secondly, he gets penalized for knocking out Jake Paul in the first round. And he's only gonna get paid a little bit of money if he knocks him out in the second round. So to make the most money, he has to survive all 8 rounds while avoiding knocking Jake out. And on top of that, it has to go to decision, but the problem is Jake Paul chose the judges. This is crazy rigged, bro. If I'm Mike Tyson, I'm gonna just knock him out anyway. Please, just do it.
So first of all, I just want to say the source that this guy is reading from. I looked all across the internet for this and I could not find it. So who knows, it could be a trust me bro kind of thing. Or maybe this guy is right, but I just don't want to believe him quite yet because I'm gonna need some more proof than just this. Now there has also been this feed going around Twitter that apparently exposes how the match was rigged. Once again, take it with a grain of salt, but let's take a look at it. Exposing how the Paul Tyson fight was rigged for Jake Paul to win. I want to begin by mentioning that Jake Paul and Mike Tyson are members of the Illuminati. Okay, I guess we can see where this is going to be going, but I guess we'll just read it for the entertainment anyways. They are part of the same secret society, so this entire rivalry and trash talking was staged. Boxing expert Liam Lowe confirmed that the fight was rigged for Jake Paul for 3 main reasons. 1. To give Mike Tyson a good retirement fund. 2. To build Jake Paul's name in boxing. 3. To make money for betting companies. Now, okay, as much as this is like a shit post, I mean, this person is not wrong about number 3, and they're also not wrong about number 2, and I don't know about number 1. I also feel like another thing here should be to make money for Jake Paul, because as far as I'm aware, he's the one who made the most amount of money. I'm pretty sure he made around $40 million off of this, which is absolutely insane, by the way, because I mean, that match was pretty much nothing. But anyways, moving on, let's see what else they have for us. 92% of bets placed for the fight were in favor of Mike Tyson winning. By rigging it in favor of Jake Paul, the betting companies made millions of dollars. I mean, okay, we don't know how much was actually placed on each boxer here, but I highly doubt 92% were betting on Mike Tyson. Like, I just don't see it at all, because I have a feeling that a lot of people just knew that Jake Paul, no matter what, was going to win anyways. Like, I just don't see this at all. Even Drake bet over $300,000 on Mike Tyson to win. I mean, respectively, $300,000 to Drake is nothing. Everybody thought he was going to win. By tricking everybody and making the underdog win, betting companies made more in one day than in an entire year. Bro, I forgot to say it before we got into this, but bro, we should have put on our tinfoil hats, because we are going full conspiracy right now. They tricked us with training videos of Mike Tyson looking sharp like he was in his prime. He definitely was not. This made everyone think Tyson would destroy Jake Paul. Now, this actually was going to be something that I was going to bring up, but this video right here, I'm not exactly sure from when it was, but Mike Tyson looks pretty solid in this video. And this is a totally different side to the side that we saw last night during the fight. Like, I have no idea what happened, and that's highly suspicious. It was obvious that Tyson did not give it his best. He clearly pulled back at a pivotal moment here when he was on top. In the final round, Jake Paul appeared to bow down in front of Mike Tyson. I have never seen this happen in any boxing match ever. Yeah, so that definitely means that it was rigged because he bowed. But okay, in all reality, I mean, let's just sit here and think for a second. does bowing really mean that it was rigged? Like, why was this even included? Okay, I understand the conspiracy theories a little bit, but a bow ain't shit. After the fight, Jake Paul admitted he didn't want to hurt Mike Tyson. Quote, I didn't want to hurt someone that didn't need to be hurt. 2 days ago before the fight, Google accidentally leaked that Jake Paul would defeat Mike Tyson. That's not necessarily true because Google is a search engine and they take a lot of information from other sites like, you know, the USA Today website, and then they put it on their search so that users can find it. But that doesn't necessarily mean that Google was behind leaking anything or that this was leaked in the first place. Because I mean, if you read this right here, Paul, the YouTuber turned boxer, won the highly anticipated 10-round fight by unanimous decision. And it says 2 days ago, but this doesn't make sense because that match was 8 rounds. It was not 10, it was 8. And finally, even The Simpsons predicted that Jake Paul would beat Tyson. It doesn't get any more rigged than this. I mean, just because The Simpsons predicted that Jake Paul would beat Tyson, I mean, even if you can say that this is a prediction or not, because we don't necessarily know, just because The Simpsons predicted it doesn't mean that it was true or that they knew what was gonna happen. Conclusion, 2 Illuminati members agreed to stage a rivalry and make millions, not just for themselves, but betting companies that sponsored them by faking training videos to make people think it would be an easy Tyson victory, only to rig it the other way and fool everybody. Right. Now, I'm not sure if this is just like 100% satire or if this person actually believes that this is what happened. I'm not gonna say all the points in here are just garbage, but a lot of them are, and I'm really hoping that this was satire. It was a fun read though, I will admit. That escalated quickly, LMAO. Yeah, I wasn't really expecting there to be that second tweet there. It caught me off guard, not gonna lie. But anyways, besides this bizarre thread that we just took a look at, I wanted to see what Twitter in general had to say about this and how they feel, so let's go take a look. Will he fight Joe Biden next? Most entertaining part right here, no cap. Now, for anybody who is unaware of what this is, well, this is the loading screen for the event on Netflix, because what happened during the event was some people actually their Netflix went down and they weren't able to watch this live. So that's why this person posted this. So rigged, it was all for the money. This fight was worse than the Netflix servers. I fell asleep during the fight. I almost did too, believe it or not. And that's not even over exaggeration. Breaking, Jake Paul has announced that he will be digging up Muhammad Ali to fight him next. Man, these people on Twitter, bro, these motherfuckers are hilarious. Now anyways, I'm going to be wrapping up the video right there. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you happen to enjoy the video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, because doing so will help promote the video more in the algorithm so that more people can see it. Thank you guys all so much for being members to the channel. Your support really does mean the world to me, and I really do appreciate it. Now with all that being said, that fight was ass, and my name is Breone, and I will see you in my next video. Peace.